celebrating everything the Coastal Bend has to offer.
This is a great place to live, so let's talk about it.
Get the scoop on the latest trends, popular fashions, hottest music, exciting events, and so much more.
Come on, let's have some fun.
This is Coastal Living on KZTV.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Coastal Living and happy Tuesday. We have some really great news for you all. There is an event coming up that's going to be beneficial to so many people in our community, and the good news is that it is free $99. Operation Health and Wellness is an awesome event that you want to mark your calendars for.
That is right. And as Ms. Clarissa said, it is absolutely free. There is no appointment that will be needed, and it starts today until June 24th. Which will be next Thursday.
Yeah, so you've got plenty of time to participate. There are 4 locations around the Coastal Bend, including Banquete, Bishop, Petronia, and Robstown. Each location offers different services from general medical, they're gonna have COVID vaccines, dental cleanings, which please get your dental cleaning, and even veterinarian services, so a little bit of everything.
Exactly, all the important stuff there. Now, if you need transportation, the RTA has you covered, so don't worry. You can give them a call a day in advance to pick you up at 361-883-2287. This is an event, everyone, that you're not going to want to miss.
So true. So we're here to spread the good word and let you know, especially about these free events where you're getting free services. Nothing better than free 99, like I said. All right, so all month long, we're going to be celebrating National Fresh Fruit and Vegetable Month. Now, we love a good national holiday, and I love the fact that we are promoting healthy eating, healthy lifestyles. Now, Jocelyn and I are both big fans of vegetables. You've heard me say before that my husband and son, not so much. I don't think there's a single vegetable that they like or desire. I wanted to ask, as much as we love veggies, Jocelyn, what is your favorite? But then is there one that you really dislike when it comes to fruits and veggies?
Well, I love all fruits and vegetables. I think that they're pretty much all my favorite, but I have to just, I guess particularly broccoli and okra, I could talk about those vegetables all day, especially if they're fried. Yeah, that's definitely treating myself. However, a fruit that I don't like is cantaloupe. That is just not for me. I have to ask Clarissa, is there something that you don't really like or that you're not really a fan of in the fruits and vegetables department?
Well, I'm with you on liking pretty much everything fruits and veggies, especially some fried okra, girl. That's how I learned to talk to people when I was young. My mom's like, if you want more fried okra at Furs and Luby's, you gotta go ask for it yourself. And that's
Yeah.
I gathered up the courage to talk to adults when I was a kid. It's funny. Anyway, as far as things we don't like, I think I cut open a papaya the other day. And I don't know if it was just a bad papaya or if papaya just is not my jam, but the smell, and I did give it a taste, was no bueno. So I think papaya is on my no-go list. Honestly, everything else is so delicious. I don't know that there's a vegetable that I dislike. I just really love. But I mean, I'm one of those people that if you tell me dirt is good for me and it's healthy, I will convince myself that I love dirt and I'll sprinkle it on my salad. So one of those. Didn't like tomatoes when I was growing up. Quick story, when I was little, I had an aunt and uncle that I would hang out with, and you had to drink a glass of milk, which I also don't like, and eat everything on your plate. Like, it wasn't a choice, you just have to eat it. And tomatoes was one of those things I despised. So I'll never forget one time I asked to go to the restroom, and then I stuffed my mouth full of tomatoes, and then I went to the restroom and I spit all the tomatoes and flushed them down the toilet. Genius idea, and now I'm always looking to make sure my son doesn't do that.
Well, it's one of those things though, like if you don't like tomatoes, but do you like tomato sauce, or like if you don't like peanuts, but you like peanut butter kind of thing, you gotta have to substitute the sauce or the peanut butter for one or the other. Who knows? Yeah. Either way, at least that ingredient is in there and it's healthy for you.
Yeah, definitely. And now I've convinced myself I like tomatoes. I put them on my salad, I eat them in my burgers. I don't eat them like a snack like my niece does, but I do like tomatoes. They're good for you. You have to like them. Either way, we want to continue to share the benefits of eating healthy, fresh, and locally sourced fruits and vegetables. So we've got more from our friends at Grow Local. David, it's great to see you.
Thanks so much, Clarissa, for having us on the show.
Absolutely. So before we get started, tell us a little bit about Grow Local for someone who hasn't met you yet.
Yeah, Grow Local South Texas. We're a small nonprofit that's been around in Corpus for the last 9 years. Most of you probably know about us from the farmers market that we operate every Wednesday night at the Arts Center from 5 till 8 p.m. And that's rain or shine. We're basically always out there. And then you may not know that we also run various educational programs around town, which I'd love to tell you more about. But basically, Grow Local is all about growing a healthy local community by providing and improving access to fresh fruits and vegetables. So it's perfect to be on the show for this month. So if you remember when the shutdown first happened and people went completely crazy, all the shelves at HEB got emptied, right? And the local and the national supply chains all broke down trying to get their food to HEB. There was no eggs at the market. We were short on dairy, meat, those kind of things. Well, guess who happened to have all those products? The local farmers markets, because our farmers still kept their production going. All they have to do is drive it in from Robstown or areas surrounding Corpus and bring into the market. And so we all learned during the pandemic that farmers markets and the local economy that it supports are actually essential, particularly during times of national disaster, like the freeze that happened, or like something like a pandemic or a hurricane. The food's really better for you when you get it from your own area. You know, you can ask your farmers, how do they farm? Do they use any chemical processing? Do they use antibiotics in their meat? Everybody's very transparent about how they do their farming. You can even go visit their farm and see how they do it. And all that really directly affects your health.
So earlier you mentioned some ties that you have with the community. We know you have the farmers market, rain or shine. What are some other programs that you have, whether virtually or in person, that we can participate and connect with you on?
You know, historically, Grow Local has always done monthly educational classes in person. Of course, the pandemic put a damper on that. So we quickly moved over to doing virtual video classes. And so you can find all those on our YouTube channel at Grow Local South Texas. We have our own channel there. The most recent video offerings we've been doing has been a program called Cook Local, which is sponsored by NEC Co-op Energy, in which in these videos we're featuring local chefs making recipes using local produce that they get from our farmers market. And it's just been so neat because one of the main questions we get at our farmers market is, hey, what is this vegetable and how do I prepare it? So local chefs are going through and explaining that to people. And it's just been so neat to get the positive response from folks about that. Another program that we have going is our kids educational gardens, and the Antonio Garcia Center over on Agnes is kind of our flagship community garden space right now, working with children there. And so we host after school programs there, and we did all this past year. And we're continuing this summer with some summer camps. We have a gardening summer camp going all through the month of June at the Garcia Center. And then we also have a cooking camp called the Cook Local Cooking Camp in the month of July.
Perfect. Well, thank you, David, for helping us celebrate National Fresh Food and Vegetable Month. I think there's no better way than supporting your local market, as we mentioned earlier. So we look forward to connecting with you all, hopefully getting some of those cooking videos on Coastal Living, and we'll talk to you very soon. Thank you.
Hey there everyone, it is time to get healthy at home, and joining me today is Ms. Jessica Chappelle, and I am so happy she's here with me. She is a local chef and restaurant owner. Ms. Jessica, I am so happy that you're here with me today because she's gonna teach me how to cook in the healthiest way, and I'm all about healthy cooking. Now, CC Produce just dropped off this beautiful basket of vegetables, and of course everybody wants to know, what are we cooking today?
All right, so today we're gonna do a couple things. Fresh, healthy vegetables. We're gonna do, and everything we're gonna do is gonna take approximately 12 to 15 minutes prep time, then another 10 minutes to execute. So we're gonna do parsnip fries with a little bit of green onions, and those are gonna be baked. And they're gonna have all fresh, healthy ingredients on them. We're gonna do a cabbage pineapple slaw with serrano, cabbage, red onion, red wine vinegar, and sea salt. And then we have a cauliflower mash that we're gonna do. And we're just gonna serve a little bit of protein on the side so people know what they can pair it with. Everything that we're making as far as the vegetable will go very well with grilled fish, grilled chicken, or you can just have a wonderful vegan, vegetarian dinner. We're gonna start with the cabbage slaw so that it can marinate in the fridge.
Wonderful. All right, now Jessica has cut all of the fruits, vegetables, and we are going to make a homemade vinaigrette. What do we need to add to the fruits and vegetables here?
Okay, this is actually the cabbage fruit slaw for the tuna that we're gonna pan sear. So what we have here is a little bit of rice vinegar.
Okay.
Just gonna put a little bit of rice vinegar.
Okay, so not too much, just like kind of like a quick pour there.
Quick pour, and actually what I'll do is I'll give you actual measurements here
Okay,
too.
sounds good.
So about 1/4 of a teaspoon of the rice vinegar, 1/4 of a teaspoon of the extra virgin olive oil.
And some honey.
We've got a little bit of organic raw honey.
Love
which
it.
is really, really delicious. And then we're gonna go ahead and put this in the refrigerator to marinate while we move on to the next dish, which is gonna be the turnip fries. We did pre-wash these vegetables, but you always wanna make sure you wash your vegetables before you cook them. Here
Right
on the
there.
top, hold it tight, and then you can just,
All right, sounds good.
like it, there you go, perfect,
See?
look.
Round of applause. Woo! So now we put this in the oven.
Yep, so you're gonna put that in the oven on the top shelf,
Top shelf for how long?
15 minutes.
15 minutes. Gotcha.
Okay, now that we have the parsnip fries in the oven, we're gonna move to the cauliflower mash.
Okay.
We're cooking for one. Anything that we make, you can double, triple, but I'm gonna show you how to do cauliflower mash for one.
Okay.
And if you eat vegetables all the time, then you can easily use that head of cauliflower for multiple different items. Okay, so just because you're vegetarian, we can use chicken stock or veggie stock. This is a little bit of tomato stock. It's just tomato bouillon, actually. So you're just gonna do a little bit of that for flavor.
Okay.
So we're just gonna boil this in a small pan, and then your dishes are less evasive here.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna put this on high so it can boil.
Carrots next.
Perfect, yes,
Okay.
thank
You're
you.
very welcome.
Crushed red pepper, just to give it a little kick. Carrots, cauliflower, and if we time it right, everything should be done at the same time. Right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have our vegetables cooking, and now we gotta have some protein, so we went with some tuna,
Yes,
some
ahi
fresh
tuna.
tuna.
So good.
Take a look at that, that's amazing.
Rub the fish with oil
Okay.
on both sides, go ahead.
Okay, and my hands are clean.
Sanitized.
Yes.
So this is a black and red fish seasoning. It's delicious on anything. Vegetables, chicken, protein, fish, doesn't matter. It's really good.
Delicious, look at that.
For the tuna, when you pan sear, you want your pan to be like medium to medium high,
Okay,
more on the medium high side.
so let's do 5 and then wait for it to get hot, or?
Yeah, I would do 6 or 7. Do
Okay.
6 or 7. So what you want to do is get the gray up to about here, okay? And then you're going to flip it over and do the same thing, and then it'll still be rare in the middle.
Gosh, look how beautiful this presentation is, and it's been very difficult for me to not steal one of those fries before you serve them, Jess.
Get one. It's yours.
Well, I'm gonna wait until afterwards. I have to get the full effect of every bite,
All right. All right.
although I might just steal one anyway. Wow, everyone, look at this beautiful presentation. I have to say, I don't think my condo has ever smelled so good. Every ingredient that we added as far as seasoning, everything was healthy. Jessica, one more time, let's talk about everything we have on this plate to remind our friends.
Okay, so we have parsnip fries, they're broiled. We have a little bit of rosemary, sea salt, and she likes garlic salt. We can do spicy or not spicy, it's really up to you. So parsnip fries, pan-seared carrots. We have a cauliflower mashed, and then we have a pan-seared tuna that's just lightly rubbed with blackening seasoning, and then topped with a little bit of mandarin juice, lemon juice, and then just a little fresh green onion for presentation, but also that green onion is really good on the fish as well.
That's right, my mouth is still salivating, so I guess it's time for lunch. Thanks to Miss Jessica, and this is just one of many healthy at homes that she'll be helping me with. She is one of the best chefs in my opinion, and she knows what she's doing, ladies and gentlemen, so you can too, and we hope you tried this recipe today. Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you for having me.
Keep in mind that we've got more great topics coming up on Coastal Living. Later, Jocelyn has a spring trend forecast, the men's version, because you know, Father's Day is right around the corner. Plus, I'm gonna get roasted. What does that mean? Well, you'll find out when we return on Coastal Living.
You're watching Coastal Living on KZTV, the only lifestyle show made in the Coastal Bend for the Coastal Bend.
Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.